AstCa News Live, as well as the race coverage for this year's Italian Grand Prix at Monza. And well, AstCa News. Okay, gotta be blunt, there isn't too much to go over this week. What do we have, though? Well, we do have the Super Mario Bros. Wonder Nintendo Direct that was released on, I think it was Wednesday? No, Thursday, sorry. Or was it Friday? No, it was Thursday, yes. Okay, so, what did we have? Well, we had a lot more details about Super Mario Bros. Wonder, as was obviously suggested by the title of the Direct, but as for my predictions, I only got one right. The fact that we would see more gameplay and more characters, but I was wrong on who it would be. Instead, it was a few more colour variations of Yoshi's, rather than Wario and Luigi, which is a bit disappointing in my opinion. But hey, we have got more characters, which is pretty cool. And unfortunately, I was quite surprised by this. No message from Charles Martinet. I was expecting at least something from him, but nope. Not a thing, which I was kind of surprised about, because, he'd just been announced as the brand ambassador for Mario going forward, and Nintendo said there would be something with him soon, which I was thinking, okay, maybe it's this. But alas, no, it was not. So I was a bit disappointed to see that, but hey, I'm sure he'll pop up at some point. He may even give a message out on the day of Mario Wonder's release, which is the 20th of October. 10 days after Forza Motorsport on the Xbox, which, of course, as you guys know, I'm very much looking forward to. But yeah, not too much else this week. Yeah, really nothing much else. This week's been a very, very slow week in a lot of respects, except for the fact that the WGA and SAG strikes are still very, very much ongoing, and there is now a possibility of a video game strike as well, so it's potential that there could be a video game strike. I will keep you guys updated on that, but yeah, hopefully these strikes are going to be over at some point soon. At the moment, there doesn't seem to be much hope for that, because unfortunately it looks as if the WGA negotiations fell through pretty quickly, so I guess we'll just have to keep monitoring the situation over the next, well, however long this whole thing takes, because obviously, of course, this whole strike will take as long as it takes, which honestly, fair enough. Now, moving on from that, I'm going to talk about what we have coming in to this race. Well. The whole of Italy is immensely happy, because there is a Ferrari on pole position, and it is none other than Carlos Sainz, who beat Max Verstappen to pole position by only 1/100th of a second. 1/100th! That is one of the tightest margins in F1 history, actually. In fact, I think it's tied tightest for this track. So that could be interesting to watch when the lights go out later on. Now, we have had some issues with some cars over the weekend, namely the Alfa Romeos yesterday. I think it was in practice 3, with them going into anti-stall just by pulling the clutch, which is incredibly bizarre. I believe it was fixed pretty quickly, but that was quite a bizarre situation for them to be in, to be honest. So, watch out for Alfa Romeo, I guess. And then, of course, Checo Perez had a crash on Friday, and I think it was practice 2, and then in practice 3, his car broke down. Yeah. Sergio Perez is not having a good time right now in that Red Bull, which is quite surprising, because Max Verstappen in his Red Bull is flying like the wind. As we all know, today will be his 10th race win in a row, should he win today, and that will make the record for most consecutive wins in a row for an F1 driver. The current record holders are Alberto Ascari, Sebastian Vettel, and Max Verstappen, because they all hold a record currently. They're all equal on 9. So, yeah. Wait and see how that goes. I have a suspicion Max could very well win. But yeah, it's a very strange top 4, I can't lie. Because we got Max Verstappen in P2, Carlos Sainz in P1, Charles Leclerc in P3, and then Alex Albon in 4th. Where the hell's he come from? Although, I've got to be honest, that Williams is getting better and better as the season's going on. So, keep an eye out for Alex Albon. Maybe not so much Logan Sargent, although you never know, he could turn around and go absolutely mental in this race, but I think this could be Alex Albon's time to shine, definitely. And I have had a quick calculation of the rough race time. By my calculations, this should be the shortest race of the season so far. Clocking in at 70.5 minutes. So, an hour and 10 minutes and 30 seconds-ish. Provided nothing goes wrong, so no red flags, no yellow flags, no safety cars, no virtual safety cars. If everything runs to time, as it did last week in Zandvoort, which I wasn't able to cover, as you guys know, because I was ill. I'm pretty sure I had a heat stroke. But yeah. So this could be the shortest race of the season, which is kind of mental, to be honest. So I'm really looking forward to this one. But as always, I've got to ask you guys a few questions. Who's going to win today? Is it going to be Max? Is it going to be one of the Ferraris? Or will Albon come out of nowhere and win? Will it be somebody else entirely, though? Who is going to finish in the top 10? So who's going to score all the points today? Who do we think is going to finish outside of the top 10? And the big one, who do we think isn't going to finish, if anyone? Do you think there'll be a single DNF today like there wasn't in Zandvoort? Well, there was, but no one actually disrupted the race, from what I remember. So, yeah, how do we think this race is going to go? Will there be any pit stop chaos like there was last week in Zandvoort? Because God knows there was a few real pit stop mess-ups for some teams, which I was really surprised by with some of them. Again, more than most, Red Bull. I was expecting them to be pit stop perfect, but no. That one pit stop with Sergio Perez was an absolute disaster. Yeah. Now, I do want to talk about something, but I don't know if it's still the case, because it hasn't been brought up. Before the summer break, it was stated by Sky Sports F1, namely Crofty, that today one of the two championships could be wrapped up, and I think it's the drivers, although I haven't actually heard anything about that since then, so I'm wondering if he made a mistake, or if it's still the case, but just has kind of been forgotten about. So I suppose we'll have to wait and see. So it's potentially the case that Max Verstappen could be a three-time world champion at the end of this race, but I'm not so sure. I will find out soon enough. Well, probably once the checkered flag's flown. We'll definitely know by then if he's going to be world champion today or if it's going to be at some race down the line, because I know it was Japan last year, so that's going to be interesting to see. Of course, there's now a week break after this race until we get to Singapore. 1 second. Yes, there's a week break now before Singapore, which leads us into our second doubleheader of this final stint of the season. And then it'll be a single header, and then it'll be one triple header, and then it'll be a double header, and that's it. Season over. So, after this race, we only have 8 left, which doesn't seem like a lot, and really, it isn't. Because we've got a few interesting tracks coming up, of course. We've got Japan, and then we've got the new Las Vegas track. We've got Texas as well, which is always a good one. And Vegas. That one I'm looking forward to, because I've seen the track, and it looks okay. You know, it's not the most exhilarating track that I've ever seen, but, you know, it's by no means a bad track. So, there could be some interesting racing on that. I am looking forward to it. Now, of course, we have Abu Dhabi at the end of the season as well, as per always. So that's going to be interesting. And I think Qatar is coming up. Yeah, Qatar's coming up soon as well. I think it's actually Singapore and then Qatar. So we've not got many races left. In fact, this race today is the final race in Europe. Yeah, from now on, we're going to be going to Asia, to America, to the Middle East, and then that's it. The season's done. And then it's rolling on to 2024. Now, of course, we've still got some announcements to come for 2024, namely a new name for AlphaTauri. Of course, we have the new Alpine team principal to be announced, because I'm assuming we're going to bring somebody in new for next season. Again, the rumours are still heading towards Mattia Binotto being the man to replace off Miles Aff now, which, okay, interesting choice. We'll see how that goes. And of course, we do have a couple of final driver announcements to make, namely with AlphaTauri. Daniel Ricciardo, of course, isn't contracted to the team at the moment, and neither is Yuki Tsunoda for next year. Although, officially, I don't think Daniel Ricciardo is contracted to AlphaTauri at all. Like, I think he is basically on loan from Red Bull, so he's not officially contracted to AlphaTauri, which could make for some interesting moves potentially at the end of the year, because, again, I've got my predictions on who's going to be wearing the Red Bull family for next year, and I'm just going to quickly run over those now. Personally, I think Checo Perez, this might be his last season with Red Bull, and potentially in F1 altogether. And then, of course, I think Daniel Ricciardo will move back into that Red Bull seat alongside Max Verstappen for 2024. And given his very recent form, well, admittedly over one race, but this will be his second, Liam Lawson will take Daniel Ricciardo's place in AlphaTauri. Because we know Liam Lawson is a damn good driver. In fact, all 8 categories that he's raced in so far, aside from F1, he has won in his first race. Yeah. Every category he's raced in, aside from F1, he has won his first race in every category. Yeah. We're dealing with a very special driver here, so I was pretty impressed with Liam Lawson last week. Of course, he was still pretty fresh in that car. You know, he'd only had like 2 hours of practice with, well, 1 hour of practice in the qualifying sessions, so he didn't really have that much time in the car until the race. But this weekend, he's of course had the full weekend to get himself, settled into the car. So, watch out for Lawson today. I think he is going to be one to watch out for. Might not break into the points, but I think he could very well get close. If he does get into the points, I'll be thoroughly impressed. But if not, I think he'll get towards it, maybe like in the 13th, 12th, 11th range. So, but we'll see. You never know. He could surprise me and get into the points. Again, as I said, I'll be very impressed if he does, because we know that AlphaTauri isn't the best car this year, so wait and see. And at the moment, there's now a very strange statistic about AlphaTauri. They have currently had more drivers this season than they've had points. I'm just going to let that one settle in. They have had 4 drivers this season: Yuki Tsunoda, Nick De Vries, Daniel Ricciardo, and now Liam Lawson. They only have 3 points. Ouch. So I'm hoping that Yuki Tsunoda and Liam Lawson can kind of break that statistic today. Hopefully. And of course, going back to AlphaTauri next year, or whatever they're going to be called, I do think that Lawson and Tsunoda could be a very good combination, because they've been friends for a very long time. In fact, during COVID, in the early days, they were flatmates, so they've literally lived together. They know each other very well, so I think that could create a very interesting dynamic for that team next year. And of course, we have the rumours about the name, mainly the fact that Hugo Boss could be factoring in, so see how that goes, I suppose. Anyway, we're about 15 minutes away from the race start now, so I'm just going to quickly tune in and see what's going on, and hopefully catch the Italian national anthem, because I absolutely love that one. 1 second. Okay, here we go. Just turn it down a bit so I can hear myself speak. Okay, so yeah, I do think that this race could be very interesting, and of course next season's looking pretty exciting, because for the most part, we're keeping our driver lineups from this year. Like, everyone who's announced so far has announced they're keeping their lineup, and no one's changing so far, which is quite interesting, really, and kind of tells you what the teams think of their lineups at the moment. Of course, Logan Sargent is under a little bit of threat because, of course, he's not performing nearly as well as Alex Albon, and he has been in that car, well, the whole season. So he should be near Alex Albon's level, but at the moment he kind of isn't. So he's probably just trying to improve his performance now so he can stay in that seat next year. But yeah, so this race could be pretty good today. Of course, Ferrari, a team to watch out for. Mercedes, they didn't have the best of weekends so far, so Mercedes could be a dark horse. They might disappear. Wait and see. And McLaren have had a okay-ish weekend as well. Like, they've not been nearly as good as they have been the last few races. Of course, Oscar Piastri was knocked out, I think, in Q2. And Lando Norris only just made it into the top 10. So, yeah. McLaren may not be too big of a threat today. But, I think today the teams to watch out for are probably Alex Albon in the Williams, Ferrari, and Red Bull. Like, those 5 drivers are probably going to be the drivers to watch out for today. Like, Max Verstappen is only in second place, so it's potential Carlos could be overtaken on the start line. Hopefully not for the Tifosi, but we'll wait and see. Weirder things have happened, and of course we have the Monza curse to factor in, which of course means that over the last few years, everyone who's won the race has DNF'd the next year, and last year it was Max Verstappen who won. So, yeah. Oh, and we have the Italian national anthem, so I'm going to shut up for a minute or so. And that was the Italian national anthem. A very good rendition of it, I must say. Okay. Okay, so, yeah, this race could be quite an interesting one, I've got to be honest. Because, yeah, the Monza curse does have to be factored in, because that's been a thing since 2019, well, 2020, really, because I think it was Charles Leclerc who won 2019, he DNF'd in 2020. I think it was Pierre Gasly who won in 2020, DNF'd in 2021. Daniel Ricciardo won in 2021 and DNF'd last year. And then Max Verstappen won last year, so I don't know how that's going to go today. Because let's face it, that Red Bull so far has been bulletproof, aside from Checo Perez's breaking down yesterday. But Max Verstappen's has been completely bulletproof, so we'll wait and see if the Monza curse's lifted today, or if it continues on. We'll wait and see. Okay. But yeah, as I was saying, all the teams that have announced their driver lineup so far have announced that they're sticking with what they've got. None of them have changed so far, which is really interesting. That kind of shows you how solid the lineups are this year. Like, there is a lot of good lineups this year. Of course, there are some that have probably a weaker link. Like, as much as I hate to say it, Aston Martin, they have Fernando Alonso, but they've also got Lance Stroll. I mean, and of course you got Red Bull, who have Max Verstappen with Sergio Perez, who started off very strong, but he's just kind of fallen off. Like, over the last, I'd say 10 races, he's just kind of disappeared, unfortunately, for him. So, yeah, there's been a lot of strong lineups this year. Of course, some not so strong, but obviously the other driver has managed to kind of pick up where their teammate is kind of lagging a bit. So, we'll wait and see how the rest of the lineup goes for next year, because I think we'll get the final few teams confirmed over the next few weeks. Like, I think we'll know who all the drivers are for all teams by the end of this season. Definitely. So, yeah. Yeah, I don't think we'll finish the season without knowing who every driver's going to be with next season. Which is quite cool, in my opinion, because there's not many teams left to confirm at this point. I think it's just AlphaTauri now. Of course, Red Bull have confirmed that Checo Perez is staying there, but there's a lot of evidence pointing towards lately that he might not be there next year. I believe we have... I don't remember who else hasn't confirmed yet, but I know most of the teams have now, so there's not many left without... There's not many left wondering where they're going to be. So, we'll wait and see. Okay, we're about 5 minutes away from lights out now, so... Oh no, 8 minutes, sorry. But very soon we'll be getting to the formation lap, and then obviously it'll be lights out and away we go for the race. But yeah, gonna be a pretty short race, hopefully. Again, provided nothing goes wrong today. I mean, it might do, because Monza has produced some incidents in the past, such as Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen back in 2021, with Max Verstappen landing on top of Lewis, which of course allowed Daniel Ricciardo to take the win. But yeah, Monza, it's a bit of a wild card track. It may go smooth as peanut butter, but it could also be as rough as a mountain. So yeah, it's a bit of a wait and see race. Like, on paper, shortest race of the season so far. Yeah, shortest race of the season so far on paper, but of course, that's not accounting for anything going awry. Hopefully, nothing will go wrong, but this is Formula 1, there are no guarantees. So, we'll wait and see. But yeah, I believe Max Verstappen, if he doesn't win it today, will be very close to winning the championship. So, we'll wait and see at the end of the race, I suppose. Like, I know he's probably close to winning the championship, considering the gargantuan gap between him and Sergio Perez in P2. So, yeah, we'll wait and see how that goes today. Okay, that's Fernando Alonso getting into his Aston Martin. Okay. And, fun fact, this Monza track is the second oldest racetrack in the world, second only to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, which, as we know, F1 has also raced at until 2007 because of the whole tyre thing back in 2005. Let's not retread that one again. We all know the story. I think I've made a video on it, so if you want to go check that out, it's on the channel somewhere. I might even link it in the description for you guys to go and check out, because yeah, that was a race. Yeah. If you obviously watched the race at the time, you know what happened. Anyway, I think it's F1 intro time. Yes, it is. But yeah, Monza is the second oldest track in the world. So, a lot of history here. And of course, on one of the exit roads is the old Monza banking, which I think is really cool, because, good lord, that banking is steep. In fact, it is steeper than the Indianapolis Motor Speedway banking. So, it is steep. I think it's like 80-ish degrees. I'm not sure the exact degree, but it's very high. So, I'm kind of gutted that they don't use it anymore, because it does look quite interesting. Anyway, here we have the track info. Okay, this is round 15, which is technically the 14th race because of Imola. And this is the 74th World Championship Grand Prix here at Monza. And this track is now 101 years old, opening in 1922. Now, the track distance is 5.793 kilometres, or 3.6 miles, and 53 laps. 11 turns, and average top speed of 221.4 miles per hour, or 356.4 kilometres an hour. Okay, now we're just seeing some old sections of race from each corner of the track. So we're seeing Ricciardo and Raikkonen in 2017 at turns 1 and 2. And now we're seeing Alonso and Webber in 2013 at turns 4 and 5. And then next we're going to be seeing Vettel going off track in 2009 at turn 7, which has happened a couple of times this weekend. And the 3 tyre compounds for this weekend are the C5 soft, C4 medium, and C3 hard. So the softest in the Pirelli range of tyres. Now for the grid. Okay. And no one's got a grid penalty this weekend either. So we have Lance Stroll in P20 and Kevin Magnussen in P19. Esteban Ocon and Pierre Gasly in 18th and 17th, so it's an all-Alpine 9th row. And then we have Zhou Guanyu in 16th and Logan Sargent down in 15th, kind of showing the gap between him and Albon. We have Valtteri Bottas in 14th and Hulkenberg in 13th, sorry. Then we have Liam Lawson and Yuki Tsunoda in 11th, 12th and 11th, so that's an AlphaTauri 6th row. And then we have 10th is Fernando Alonso and 9th is Lando Norris. Then we have Lewis Hamilton down in 8th and Oscar Piastri in 7th. And then we have Alex Albon in 6th and Sergio Perez in 5th. Oh, I thought he was a bit higher up. Anyway, moving on. We have George Russell in 4th and Charles Leclerc in 3rd. And then we have Max Verstappen in 2nd and Carlos Sainz on pole. Okay, I thought Alex Albon was 4th. My bad. Whoops. Ugh. Okay, so we got 53 laps of this race, and the lap average is around the 1 minute 22 mark. So, yeah, this race should be actually a pretty quick one, to be honest. Ugh. Okay, everyone's just getting ready to go for the formation lap now. Okay, so yeah, no one's had a grid penalty today, so everyone is starting where they qualified. Oh, and we have everyone on mediums except for Hamilton, Bottas, and Magnussen, who are on the hards. So all of the 17 drivers are on medium tyres, so this could be interesting. I've got to be honest. Okay, and off they go for the formation lap. Okay, and it's just been pointed out that for the last 5 races at this track, there has been a safety car. So, now the tyre strategies for today are the one stop, hard 36 laps, 17 on the soft, or also a one stop, medium on 23 laps, and hard on for 30 laps. So, okay, 2 interesting pit stop strategies there. But so the last 5 races here at Monza have been safety cars. So may not run as planned, but you never know. Weirder things have happened. So, yeah, this race might run as planned, but it may also have a safety car thrown in. But we're just going to have to wait and see. Also, guys, if you hear a slight noise in the background, it's my fan. I'm pretty warm in this room. Yes, I know I have my onesie on, but if I didn't, I'd also be really cold. So it's striking a bit of a balance here. That's what's going on. So I've got the fan on the lowest setting, but I've also got my onesie on to keep myself a bit... Again, it's striking a very, very fine balance, I've got to be honest. Okay, here's Lewis Hamilton on the formation lap. Now, for the gap from Verstappen to Perez, Verstappen is on 339 points and Perez is on 201, so that's a 138 points gap, which is going to be very hard to make up. In fact, I don't think there'll be many more chances to make up said gap, so he might be world champion, if not today, very soon. Oh! And... Right. Okay. That's come out of nowhere. Yuki Tsunoda has just pulled up on the side of the road with a smoking engine. So it looks as if Yuki Tsunoda isn't gonna start. And this could potentially mess up the start of the race. Huh. Okay, that was unexpected. Like, okay. So, right. Okay. Right, okay. All the drivers bar Tsunoda are pulling up to the grid now, so we'll wait and see what they do with so they're aborting the start. So they're going to go again and knock a lap off the race. So it'll now be a 52-lap race. Okay. Well, that was unexpected. Right. Well then. So Tsunoda will not be starting this race. Well then. Okay, and Charles Leclerc's reporting that the car is struggling to turn in the right-hand corners only, so... okay. So he's struggling on the right-hand corners. And here, there is a few of those, so Charles Leclerc is going to have an interesting race, to say the least. And there's Gerhard Berger, former Ferrari driver, watching from the Ferrari garage. And fun fact, Gerhard Berger was the first motorsports person ever to be sponsored by Red Bull. First ever motorsports person, well, first ever sports person to be sponsored by Red Bull. So that's a very distinct honour for Gerhard Berger. Just thought I'd drop that one, because I know that's quite an interesting fact, and not many people know it. So yeah, the first sports person sponsored by Red Bull was an F1 driver. And he actually went on to be the original team principal at Toro Rosso, I believe. Or somewhere in the Toro Rosso hierarchy, quite high up, I believe. Okay. Oh, now we're seeing what happened to Yuki Tsunoda. Oh. It's smoke coming from the cockpit. Oh. Okay. Okay. Oh, stopping radio. Right. 5-minute delay. So, engines off for all the cars. Well then. Right. Oh god. Then we've got all the pit crews running, getting ready to run to their cars. Right. The recovery vehicle has just pulled up to Yuki Tsunoda's car, so hopefully we can get underway soon. Well, this doesn't happen very often. You know, it's Formula 1. Nothing's ever guaranteed. Something interesting's always bound to pop up, and it would appear that it's this today. Oh, powers radio. Okay. Oh, and there's Tsunoda in the recovery vehicle, so... Right. Okay, and the car has been recovered, so hopefully in the next couple of minutes we can get properly underway for this. Okay. Right. The teams are running towards their cars to put tyre blankets back on, so this could be a few minutes. Well then. Okay, so there's going to be another formation lap, which means this will now be a 51 lap race. Okay. Right. Okay, so hopefully that's the Monza chaos over and done with. Hopefully it can all be smooth sailing from here. Hopefully. Hmm. 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 Okay. Hopefully we've oh. Okay, so they will be starting on the tyres that they were on the first formation lap. So tyres can't be changed because this isn't officially a red flag, because really the race hasn't yet started, so a red flag can't be flown before the race has actually started. So just thought I'd explain that one, because I know there's a bit of confusion at the moment as to what's going on. Oh, and the race will start in 5 minutes' time, so okay. Yeah, I can't lie, this was a bit of a blip that I was not expecting. So this race is going to be starting 20 minutes late. Okay. So this race should finish now at 3:30 in the UK, or 4:30 in Italy, so okay, that's not too bad. Okay. Yeah, and this is the second time out of 3 for Yuki Tsunoda that he hasn't started the race. So he's only started one of his 3 Monza Grand Prix, which is a massive shame for him. Hopefully he'll be able to start next year's. But yeah, out of the 3 Italian Grand Prix he's done, he's only managed to start 1. Ouch. Okay, right. Oops. Okay. So it looks as if it was a straight up engine failure for Yuki Tsunoda, which is a bit of a shame, but well, it happens. Okay. 1 more minute before the next formation lap comes up. Okay. Tyre blankets are coming off again, so car's getting ready to go for the next formation lap, and hopefully what will be the last one. Hopefully. Okay, off we go again for the formation lap. A bit later than we thought we would be getting ready for this. Whoops. And Carlos Sainz is the 16th different Ferrari driver to start on pole position at Monza. So I thought I'd just bring that one up as well, because that's just been mentioned. So I thought, hey, why not mention that as well? Okay, here come the drivers to wrap up the formation lap. No one has had an engine brake on them this time, so this race will get underway as planned. Well, this time anyway. But yeah, everyone's made it back to the grid. Thank God. Okay. Okay, green flag is about to wave. Yep. Okay. Lights are on, and they're off for the 2023 Italian Grand Prix, and that is an amazing start from Carlos Sainz. But Max Verstappen is right behind him. Okay. Fairly clean turn one, it looks like. Yep. Okay. 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 Okay, Lewis Hamilton's dropped down to 9th from 8th, so not a brilliant start for him. And Oscar Piastri has got past Alex Albon. That's a good sign for him. And already, that is the end of lap 1. Yeah, this is going to be quick. Okay, on to lap 2 now. And at the end of this lap, DRS is going to be active, and it looks as if Alex Albon is about to re-overtake Oscar Piastri. Ooh. Okay, so that's Alex Albon back up into 6th. Okay, and there's Lewis Hamilton chasing down Lando Norris in 8th. Okay. And Lewis has gone a bit wide coming out of the Parabolica. Okay. Okay, lap 3 now, which means DRS is now active. And unfortunately for Carlos Sainz, Max Verstappen is very much within range, so prepare for a Ferrari versus Red Bull battle in the next few moments. And it looks as if Verstappen and Sainz had the exact same reaction time on the start. So, oof, that was close. Okay. 0.4 second gap between Verstappen and Sainz now. And that's Verstappen on the fastest lap of the race. And, yep, DRS is now active, so Carlos Sainz is probably going to want to speed up a bit very soon. Stopping radio. Okay. Right. Max has reported the Carlos Sainz is sliding a bit, so, okay. Okay. Nothing seems to be happening at the moment except the chance that very soon Max Verstappen will very much try and overtake Carlos Sainz. Speaking of which, here's Max Verstappen's on board. Oh, and Lewis Hamilton's tyres have only just managed to get up to the right temperatures, so that took quite a while for Lewis Hamilton's hard tyres, which isn't too much of a surprise because they do take a long time to warm up, the hards do. Okay. Right. This could be on very soon between Sainz and Verstappen. In fact, potentially in the next few seconds. Oh, and here comes Max Verstappen to have a look. Oh, but he doesn't quite go for it. Okay. Oh, that was close. Whew. Right. That was close. Okay. Carlos radio. Okay. Now we're on to lap 7. Okay, not much is happening at the moment, really. Other than the fact that Max Verstappen is very close to Carlos Sainz and could overtake him at, frankly, any moment. Like, I'm not sure. It could happen very soon, but I don't know when. Because Carlos, obviously being in a Ferrari, wants to defend first place like a lion. Okay. Okay. And Sergio Perez is now trying to overtake George Russell. But George Russell is not letting him through into 4th. Okay. Okay, and there's... I think that's Sergio Perez again. Yep. Oh, has a little bit of a snap there, but saves it. Okay. Okay, Max Verstappen is now very close to Carlos Sainz, coming into the parabolic, or as it's now called, the Curva Alboreto, named after Michele Alboreto. Okay. Right. Okay. Still can't quite get it done. This is very unusual. Oh, George Russell radio. Ugh. Okay. Okay. Now, I'd like to point out at this point that Carlos Sainz is very close to Max Verstappen now. Okay. Oops, stopping radio again. Oh. Okay. I'm just watching this battle up front because Verstappen just can't quite seem to get past Carlos Sainz, which, as we know, is quite unusual this season. So, Okay, that's Sergio Perez. Oh, and he is overtaken. Oh, not quite overtaken George Russell. Got damn close, but not quite. Ooh. For a split second, I thought that was that move done. But no, George Russell managed to keep it right in there. Oh. And there's a tyre change there for Pierre Gasly with a very smoky front left brake. Oof. Okay, and that will be a 5.9 second stop for Gasly. Oof. That's not brilliant. Okay. Oh. Once again, Sergio Perez tried to overtake George Russell, but just couldn't get it done. Okay. Joe Guan Yu's in the pits. Ah, the front jack on Pierre Gasly's car wasn't quite working, so that's why it was a bit of a slow stop. Right. Oh, now we've got Fernando Alonso replay for what I'm not sure. But it's from the front wings, so... Huh, okay. Oh, Russell Radio. Okay. Okay. Oh. Mm-hmm. Oh! And Perez and Russell both went off track in turn 1 through the escape road. Okay. Oh. Liam Lawson's in the pits now, and I don't think he's been in the pits for an hour and a half, according to the pit board. Yeah, that was only been in the pits for an hour and a half. Oh, Perez Radio. Oh, yep. Okay, so the whole Perez-Russell move may still be a thing because Perez hasn't quite overtaken him officially. Like, I think he'll probably be told to give the place back to Russell and try again later. Okay, here comes Verstappen again to try and overtake Carlos Sainz. Oh, and Carlos has a massive lock up there. Oh. And here comes Verstappen. Just edging out Carlos Sainz, but Carlos Sainz is coming back. Oh. Oh. Okay, this is a bit of a drag race. And Verstappen has overtaken Carlos Sainz, but Carlos Sainz is probably going to try and come back. Okay. Oh, this is about to get very interesting indeed. Okay. But Verstappen has finally taken the lead of the Italian Grand Prix on lap 15. Whew! Crikey! That was a battle and a half. Wow! And of course, Ferrari is looking in the Ferrari pit wall and pit garage is looking incredibly glum right now, obviously, because they've just been overtaken for the lead at their home race. And Verstappen is already close to a second ahead of Carlos Sainz. Wow, that was quick. Oh, Lando Norris radio. Okay, Lando is asking McLaren to potentially consider swapping him and Oscar because Lando seems to be going a lot quicker than Oscar Piastri is. Oh, okay, and here comes Sergio Perez to overtake George Russell. Okay, oh, and Alex Albon's in the pits. Right. That was a 3-second stop for Alex Albon. Not bad. That was one hell of a drag race down between Max Verstappen and Carlos Sainz. Wow! That was incredible! Yeah, that was a very interesting drag race down to the Del Roggius chicane there. Very impressive driving from both drivers, frankly. That was wow. And Max Verstappen is now 1.5 seconds clear of Carlos Sainz. Oof. Okay. And as usual, I'll stay on until the podium ceremony and then I'll clear off ready for the AstCa later on tonight. So please join me and Roxanne for that here on YouTube at 6 PM UK time. So about an hour and a half after this race finishes by my estimate. Okay, and Max Verstappen is now widening the gap between him and Carlos Sainz quite significantly. Okay, oof. Oh, Leclerc radio. Charles Leclerc said Carlos is starting to struggle with the rears now, so it's possible that Ferrari could be coming in pretty soon for a pit stop, I'd imagine. Oh, science radio. Tyres are nearly finished. Okay. Okay. Okay, we're on to lap 18 now, so we're almost at half race distance. Yeah, this is going to be over real quick, isn't it? Okay. 4 seconds the gap now between Verstappen and Sainz. So, woof. Actually, no, sorry, 4.5 seconds. Oh, and the pit window for the medium tyres is lap 20 to 26, so the next lap. And Sainz is coming in, as was expected. Okay, and who's that? That is George Russell as well coming into the pits. That was a 3.3 second stop for Carlos Sainz and a 2.6 second stop for George Russell. Okay. And we have a Red Bull pit crew preparing for a pit stop as well. For who? I don't know. It could be Verstappen, it could be Perez. Wait and see. George Russell. Okay, George Russell radio being told that his outlap is critical, so he needs to get it right. Oh, and Leclerc's coming into pit as well. Okay. .5 second stop for Verstappen and 2.3 for Leclerc. Okay. Now then. Okay. Ooh, and Carlos Sainz has just overtaken Charles Leclerc coming out of the pit lane. Oof. Okay. Oh, and Lance Stroll's now in the pits. Okay. .9 second stop for Stroll. Okay. Oh, and Sergio Perez is coming into the pits now. Okay. And that's who's... Oh, and there's an incident being noted between Ocon and George Russell for gaining an advantage. I don't know who's the guilty party there, or potentially guilty party. Okay. And there's Alonso into the pits as well. So he has a 3.1 second stop there for Alonso. Okay, not bad. Okay. Okay, there's Lewis Hamilton chasing down Lando Norris. Okay, and there's Lando Norris coming into the pits, so that puts Hamilton up into second, and Verstappen back up into third. Okay, so that leaves Oscar Piastri currently leading the race. Okay, and the fastest lap was Carlos Sainz with 1 minute 25.558 seconds. Okay, 2.1 second stop for Lando Norris as well. Okay. Okay, so the incident between Russell and Ocon is now under investigation officially. I'm still not sure what was going on there. Okay, and here's a replay of the incident, so let's see what happened. Okay, so George Russell is the one who left the track. Okay. Oh, Piastri's in the pits now. Oh, there's contact between the two McLarens there. Oof. Oh, penalty for George Russell, and it is a 5-second time penalty. Okay. Okay. Oh, and here's Verstappen right behind Lewis Hamilton, who's currently leading. Okay. Okay. And there's Verstappen retaking the lead of the Italian Grand Prix from Lewis Hamilton. Okay. And of course, coming up to the first chicane 2 years ago was where Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen made that contact, with Verstappen landing on top of Hamilton, ending both of their races and kind of, gifting the win to Ricciardo. So that was almost history repeating itself a bit. Nearly. 2.6 second stop for Ocon. Didn't know he'd gone in until the last second. Okay. And there's now there's now been an incident noted between Piastri and Norris for causing a collision in turn 1, so that's going to be investigated, I'd imagine, pretty soon. Okay, now we're on lap 25. Okay, and there's Sergio Perez closing up to Charles Leclerc very quickly. And that's Valtteri Bottas in the pits now. Okay. Okay. Lap 26 now. Okay. Okay. The only driver left to pit on the whole grid is Lewis Hamilton. So I can imagine he's probably going to be coming in the next couple of laps to replace those hard tyres. Probably. And as he's just been overtaken by Carlos Sainz, I wouldn't be surprised if he comes in, possibly even the end of this lap. Oh, and there's going to be no further investigation for the Norris-Piastri incident. And Hamilton's just been overtaken by Charles Leclerc and Sergio Perez now. So, and then comes Hamilton to the pits. Oh, so we have 1 minute 25.501 for Verstappen, which is the new fastest lap. And that was a 2.8 second stop for Hamilton. Hamilton radio. Okay. Hamilton's worried about the stint on the mediums because he's got a hell of a lot of laps to do on them. Oh, and Verstappen's got another fastest lap. 1 minute 25.434 seconds. Oh, and there's Lewis Hamilton re-overtaking Fernando Alonso for P9. Okay, lap 30 now. Okay, and Sergio Perez tried to go down the inside of Charles Leclerc, but Charles Leclerc just closed the door on him at the last second. So that could have gone wrong, but Charles Leclerc had it just right. Okay, and Lando Norris is about to try and overtake Alex Albon because it would appear that Alex Albon's tyres have gone completely off. Okay, now I've got a Lando Norris replay of him attempting to overtake Alex Albon, but not quite. Ooh, and there is a hell of a lock-up there from Lando Norris, so that might explain why he couldn't get it done. Right. And Verstappen's got another fastest lap. 1 minute 25.398 seconds. Okay. Okay. And Sergio Perez still can't quite get around Charles Leclerc. Oof. But it looks as if that might not be the case for long. Oh. And they've made contact, and Sergio Perez did have a little bit... Well, he did touch the gravel a little bit. Okay. Okay, lap 31 of 51, so 21 laps to go now. Okay. Oh, they didn't touch it, looks like. Okay. Powers radio. Okay, and here comes Sergio Perez to overtake Charles Leclerc. Now, it's now for Sergio Perez to chase down Carlos Sainz unless Charles Leclerc can keep on the back of Perez. We'll wait and see. And Liam Lawson is right where I predicted he'd be in the 11th to 13th range, and he's actually in the upper half of that in 11th. So, well done, Liam Lawson. May get in the points, he might not. We'll wait and see. Okay, and that's a 3-second stop for Gasly, who apparently just came in. Didn't notice that. Okay, 20 laps to go now from lap 32. Okay. Okay. Lap 33 now. Science radio. Carlos has said it's going to be a struggle to make it to the end on his current tyres, so he might come in again, he might not. We'll wait and see. Okay. And now we've got Norris versus Albon again, because Albon still seems to be going a bit slow, so I think Norris is trying to capitalise on that. Oh, and there's another fastest lap for Max Verstappen. 1 minute 25.240 seconds, so the lap times are tumbling down now, which I expected. Okay, so it's looking as if Max Verstappen will win the championship in Japan like he did last year. Okay. We'll wait and see. Okay, there's Zhou Guanyu and Magnussen in the pits. Okay. It's now half a second between Perez and Leclerc. Oh, Alex Albon radio. Okay, looks as if Lando Norris is starting to struggle as well in chasing down Alex Albon, so this could be interesting. Oh, Lando Norris radio. Okay, lap 36 now. 17 laps to go. Okay. Okay. Lap 37, so there's 15 laps to go now. And Max Verstappen is 8.2 seconds ahead of Carlos Sainz. Nowhere near as big of a gap as he's been having throughout the season, but definitely big enough, I think. We'll wait and see. Oh, Hamilton radio. Okay, Lewis Hamilton is really worried about his tyres not lasting to the end of the race. Okay. Okay, and here comes Lando Norris to try and overtake Alex Albon, and he has to bail out. Okay. Okay. Oof. Up 38. Oh. Okay. Here we go again into the chicane. Okay. Lap 39, so not much left of this race to go. Okay, and Kevin Magnussen is the only car to be lapped in this race so far. Just want to point that out. Okay, Lando Norris has been told to pit to overtake. Okay. So the tyres he's on right now aren't going to get him to overtake, but hopefully the new set will for Lando. Okay. It was, right. Lando's call to pit was actually a bit of, was a bit of a dummy. They bluffed. But it didn't work. because he was bluffing. They were bluffing to try and get Alex Albon's pit, but it didn't work. Okay. Hulkenberg's in the pits. .1 seconds for Nico Hulkenberg there in the pits. Okay, lap 41. And now Sergio Perez is very close to overtaking Carlos Sainz and doesn't quite get it done. Oh. Esteban Ocon's in the pits as well. Don't know what his pit stop time was, because the graphic went off just as he got into the pits. Oh! And that's Lewis Hamilton and Oscar Piastri making very massive contact. Oof. Okay, front wing damage on the McLaren. Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, 10 laps to go now. Lap 42. Okay. Piastri into the pits, changes, very broken front wing. Oof. Oh. That's why I haven't seen Oscar Piastri, Esteban Ocon's pit stop time, because he retired. So Esteban Ocon joined Yuki Tsunoda in being out of the race. Okay then. Right, and here's the replay for Hamilton and Piastri, and ooh, massive contact there between the two of them. Okay. Sergio Perez, again, can't quite get past Carlos Sainz and has to go onto the escape road. Okay. Okay, so the stewards are going to have a look at the Hamilton-Piastri incident now. Okay, Perez radio. Okay, it's under investigation. Right. Oh, Carlos Sainz radio. Okay, lap 44 now. Okay. Oh, Paris radio again. Okay. Lando Norris still trying to overtake Alex Albon. Okay. Oh, and here comes Alex Albon being overtaken by Lando Norris. Oh, not quite. And Hamilton's got a 5-second penalty for the Piastri incident. Ooh. And Oscar Piastri's got the fastest lap. 1 minute 25.072 seconds. Oof. Okay. Okay. Oh. And Carlos Sainz has once again sent Sergio Perez onto the escape road. Oof. And here comes Lewis Hamilton to overtake Lando Norris. Oof. And there's Lando Norris behind Lewis Hamilton. Oh, Perez radio again. And Perez is finally ahead of Carlos Sainz with 6 laps to go. Oof. Talk about cutting it close, Chaco. Oof. That was a pretty good overtake there from Sergio Perez after a hell of a lot of attempts. Okay. Okay. And there's Charles Leclerc overtaking Carlos Sainz for the last place on the podium. Ooh. Currently, anyway. Oh. Okay. But Carlos Sainz is just about to eke out in front of him. Oh, they're alongside each other, but I think... I actually don't know who's going to get the advantage here because... Oh. Okay. Sainz locked up and managed to regain third. Wow. Okay, that's new. Okay. And Lewis Hamilton is up into 6th, passing Alex Albon now. Okay, right, lap 48 now, so there's only 4 laps left. Oh, Charles Leclerc tries to overtake Carlos Sainz, but doesn't quite get it done, so Carlos Sainz maintains 3rd position. Okay. Oh, Lewis Hamilton replay of him overtaking Alex Albon. Oh. Lap 49, 3 laps to go. Okay, oh, now comes Charles Leclerc to try and re-overtake Carlos Sainz, but once again Carlos Sainz is locked up, but has kept 3rd position. What? How is he doing this? Carlos Sainz radio. Okay, lap 50. 2 more laps. Okay. Last lap should be beginning any moment now, so I'll be on for another about 10 minutes after that, and then I'll sign this one off, and then I'll see you all later for the AstCast. So I'll do the outro now. Thank you all for joining me on this stream. If you liked it, please give it a like, and subscribe to my channel as well as Roxanne's. Her link's in the description. My button is just below the video title. And please comment as well, because why not? Let me know what you thought of this race, and if there's anything I missed in the AstCa news. But heading back to the description, if you click the video title, you'll head into the description, at which point you'll see all my social medias in my link tree, along with Roxanne's website and YouTube below that. And lastly, please do share this video, or this stream, with your friends. Take a join the infinite loop of liking, subscribing, commenting, following, and sharing, and around that loop. And I will wait for this race to finish, and Logan Sargent has just got a 5-second penalty, which is not good, but now we're on the last lap. Oh, and that's a huge lockup for Charles Leclerc there. Whoa! Okay, so about another 10-ish minutes, I'd reckon, on this, and then I'll sign off, and then see you guys later for the AstCa. Okay. And this is about to be the 10th win in a row for Max Verstappen, which will be a complete brand new record for F1. So 10 wins in a row for Max Verstappen in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. And that's Max Verstappen winning the Italian Grand Prix for Red Bull, maintaining that clean sweep of the season so far, and getting a new record of 10 consecutive race wins for an F1 driver. Holy hell. Okay. Okay, everyone's just slowly filtering through now to the checkered flag. Okay. So most of the grid has wrapped up the race now. Okay. Oh, stopping radio. Okay, now there's an investigation going on between Piastri and Lawson for leaving the track. Okay. Okay. Wow. And this is Red Bull's 15th consecutive win, something else no one else has ever done. So that's a record for Red Bull as well. Oh, Paris radio. Okay. Okay. Ugh. Carlos radio. And this means that the Monza curse is broken. The curse is no more. Okay, and off runs Max Verstappen to the Red Bull team. And driver of the day has gone to Carlos Sainz, quite understandably. Okay. Post-race interviews in a second. And the fastest lap went to Oscar Piastri in the end. Actually, guys, I think I might sign this one off here now because, of course, we've seen the podium ceremony many times and the post-race interviews, of course, we've also seen many times. So I think I'm going to sign this one off now, actually. So thank you all for joining me today on this F1 stream. Please join me and Roxanne later at 6 PM for the AstCast, episode 96. So with that, I shall say bye, everyone. See you later.